Hello.
Hello.
Questions?
Hornibrook, what kind
Winner,
of threat
man.
is he?
He's a winner. He's a competitor. You like playing against a guy like that. He's going to come out and do what he's done the last 2 years. You know, he's brought him to battle every game.
He's very efficient on the road too. I mean, his stats are pretty impressive.
Yeah, he is. He takes most of the time he's in control of the ball, which he's got to do, and you know, they got a great running game, which helps him and complements his passing game. So they've got quite a package. They do.
Not everybody's getting into the red zone against you guys, but he's also been pretty good in the red zone this year.
Yeah, they are. They're very tough in the red zone, and you know, that's something we pride ourselves on. So we need to keep playing the way we are as far as keeping them out of the end zone with the ball in the air. I know the last couple of weeks we had some late scores on the ground, but you know, we've got to continue to do a good job of keeping them out of the end zone throwing.
For defensive backs, does it make a difference? I mean, if you're facing right-handed quarterbacks and then you're facing left-handed quarterbacks?
No, I never thought of it.
Like maybe ball angle and stuff like that?
Yeah, no, I've never came up in my time, or even the guys this week, they've never asked about it, nor have we ever heard about it in previous games with Hornibrook. So I don't think it's a big deal.
Have you seen LeVert take the next step that you expected him to this year?
You know, I'm going to say that I think I've seen all three of those guys take the next step and understand their job and their responsibility to this team, and obviously for themselves. But I think you know, Brandon Watson, David Long, and LeVert have all just kind of each week just taking little steps and getting better.
Seems like we've been seeing Ambry a little bit more in some key situations as well. Late in the game, you had David Long come off and Ambry come on. What's given him that opportunity to see the field more?
Well, Ambry's, as we've been talking about, Ambry since spring, he's done nothing but gotten better. And he had a great fall, and he's continuing to improve as we go during the season. So he's the next man up, and it's fun watching him on game day because he's always right there, ready to go. So, but he's definitely earned that spot.
I don't know if you saw David Long's tweet about responding to some of the criticism, and he talked about how tough it is to play in man coverage. How hard is it to play in this defense?
Well, you know, I give credit to our guys back there, because if we don't play man, we don't play this defense. You know, so they understand that. They understand their role. They're conditioned to play press man every single play of the game if they have to. Yeah, it is hard. It is hard, and that's why I hope they embrace it, and I think they do, and continue and try to work to get better every day.
You mentioned Brandon a little bit. Brandon seems like he's quietly, maybe not so quietly with the pick six, but I mean he's having a pretty solid year.
He's having a very solid year, and that was a beautiful play he made last Saturday for sure. Pick six.
How valuable is he? I mean, being a fifth-year guy, you know, he's got some experience. How valuable is he? Experience,
leadership values, you know, lead by example. Definitely that kind of guy. You know, he's not a vocal guy, but in practice, he works his rear end off every day. You know, Coach Brown, it's funny, we'll watch film together in the mornings from the night before, and there'd be causing some kind of problem somewhere, some way along the line of practice, and it gets noticed. So he's working hard in practice, which is a hell of a thing.
That must be fun, you and Don watching film together.
Yes, it is. Actually, it's the whole staff watching film together. Yeah, so
how spirited does that get? What's the language
like? That gets very
like?
Spirited. Well, we're like choir boys in there. Yeah. Very quiet.
When did you know Ronnie Bell was going to have a chance to be as good as he's
been? Well, all those young guys, you could see the flash. You know, there's a lot of guys, like Jamon Green is a great example. You saw the flash, he just never took the next step. You know, Ronnie, you saw the flash, he took the next step as a young guy, and really exciting to watch. And a great kid to talk to. He's a fun kid, but yeah, he's got some ability for sure.
What have you seen specifically from your freshman corners?
Well, they need to grow up and get used to being in college and understand that, it's a little different than being a 4 or 5-star guy. You're now a 0-star guy, and you got to start from the beginning and compete every day and get better every day.
Are they getting there?
They've got a long way to go, brother. but as long as they understand that and they come here to work every day, they'll be fine because they've got talent. I'll tell you that right now. They've got talent. That's why they're here.
How much does Wisconsin's run game open up their pass game?
Big time. You know, they'll get in these sets. They'll just be. It's like rugby. I mean, these formations. Everybody's, you know, in there real tight. And they'll run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, and then all of a sudden, boom, play action, and they're throwing. Guys are coming out of nowhere. So, the running game really sets up their passing game big time. It's going to be a challenge for us, and we got to get them into third downs where they're a little more predictable in what they're going to do.
Is it a bigger challenge for your guys in run support too?
Yes, absolutely is. And very similar to last week, except last week they were trying to get to the perimeter. These guys, they're going to go north and south, and it's going to be for the corners and the safeties on the edges. It's definitely going to be, you know, they got to fill the lanes. So it's going to be more of a challenge, big time.
Does that play into your strength a little bit though? Having them going more
north and
yeah.
south. Well, we'd like to think so, but I'm sure Wisconsin's in their tradition of running the football, they're thinking the same thing. You know, that's what we like to do. That's why this game is going to be a fun game to be a part of because it's two teams. It's one defense that likes to pound with the offense. So it's a great matchup. It's going to be a fun night.
You like night games?
No.
Sitting around all day.
The noon game's a beautiful thing. It really is. Players are up and ready to roll. It's fun. But no, hey, prime time. You gotta love that, right? You gotta love it. Yeah.
What do you do all day?
I just never have. I just keep busy as far as like just watch film. You find more things to do, you know, or shouldn't find more things to think of about the game. But we keep busy. We got meetings and such, so try to keep it as normal as possible for the guys.
When you guys are like watching film on Hornibrook, are you concentrating more on what he's doing like recently, like this year, or you guys kind of revert back to last year's game and watch that?
Well, you know, the offense coordinator Joe Rudolph, he's been there a little while. Good guy. I've actually known him many years back. So that's pretty consistent what they've been doing from year to year. So if you look at it this year, last year, there's a lot of the same runs, a lot of the same passes. So things are very similar as you go from year to year.
Based on what you've seen, is there anything that you can see of that Hornibrook's doing better this year than he was doing last year?
Again, I've always liked him. I think he's a competitor. He's very consistent in how he plays. He's putting his heart on the table, and I really respect him. So I don't see anything different from year to year. Just I'm sure in his mind he feels a little more experienced and better that way. But I just see the same competitive guy as I did last year and 16.
Go back to the young guys. When you said they're no stars now, do you tell them, you know, you've been stripped of your stars? You are.
Yes, they're aware of they need to earn their stripes back again. Yes, no doubt.
But you tell them that?
Yes, and then some of them need to know that. Mm-hmm. You know, this is a first of all, it's a hell of a school to go to. So that opportunity in itself, just to get this education, is one thing. But then you got an opportunity to be a part of a hell of a football tradition and actually contribute and play. And that's why they're here. That's like I said. They're really good players. They just have to learn to adjust. That's all. But they're very talented young guys.
When you say that some of them need to be, like, you got to let them know, you know, they're stripping them of the stars. I imagine the process is probably different from guy to guy. Some guys probably take better to it than others.
I don't know. This crew, they're all the same, so it's kind of fun. They're just all the same. You can sit them all down and say the same thing, and hopefully they all get it. Because they're very similar. They're all very similar.
How much zone have you guys sprinkled in this year?
Very, very little. You know, even our zones can turn into man pretty quick. So it's very little.
Devin said after the game that the defense, and I don't think it was just being a linebacker, I think you said defense overall, taking this, you've got to come in and beat us approach, beat Michigan. He said that's different. They talked about that? Have you seen?
Well, I just think in their actions, the way they have practiced, you know, coaches even talked about, you could feel the team coming together, you know, and I think Devin's leadership has helped. But you could see it, and you can start to feel it, and hopefully it's contagious, and just keep coming together and keep getting better week after week.
What are you feeling exactly?
Well, the togetherness of a team. You know, they're becoming a football team. You know, it's not just offense, defense, special team. I mean, there's three groups that are coming together to form one team. I think that's very important.
Is it different than what you've seen the last few years?
I think it is, and I think the difference being is, especially last year, we were just so young and I think a little fragmented, and we weren't feeling quite together, the togetherness. And maybe it was the inexperience. That's what my personal opinion is. But now it just seems that, hey, these guys are getting older. They start to feel comfortable with each other, with the system, and playing together. So that's the way I feel.
Are you talking just defense?
No, I can see it offensively too. You know, I think Shea has done a hell of a job of bringing everybody together on that side of the ball. So.
All right. We'll have Jay here.